Greetings, it's your girl Katrina Collins coming to you with another Spark Tomorrow. You know who we are at Spark Tomorrow22. We just want to be a bright light to your next chapter, to your next endeavor, to your next big thing. So want to spend some time to you this morning speaking on extra. Yes, there's a term that I think this generation or the youth come up with when someone's, full of energy, full of life. They kind of go a little overboard and hyperbole, they're full of hyperboles. Everything's exaggerated, and so they will say, she's extra, he's extra. And some people will coin them as they're extra. I have a very good friend. She's probably going to watch this, a sister in Christ, Kathy Roberts. She used to always catch me saying, well, girl, I'm extra. And I said it in an apologetic manner. And she said one day to me, I was at an airport getting ready to fly. I want to say it was to New Mexico on a golfing trip. And she said, sis, can I say something to you? And I said, sure, friend, bracing myself for what was she going to say. And she said, you say that phrase often, I'm extra, as if it is something to denounce, as if it's something to walk away from and not want to be next to. She said, but the way you are is who you are. You're passionate. You love who you love hard. You work relentless for those that you want to work for and work to help. She said, I need you to stop saying it in a negative connotation. I said, okay, duly noted. And then, a couple of years later, I heard it from Dr. Freddie Haynes in a sermon, and he talked about she's extra. And it was when the Supreme Court Justice, the very first African-American Supreme Court Justice, was being appointed. And he was talking about Justice Brown being extra. She had so much on her resume that it was intimidating. And he talked about, if you're extra, don't run from it. You're not the first. He said, don't you believe that Harriet Tubman had to be extra? Don't you believe that so many doubted that there was no way that she was going to come up with a route to go from North free to the South slavery and go back and forth and not get captured? She was extra. He said, don't you believe that someone kept saying, we get up, we get up, we get up. And Rosa Parks was extra when she stayed seated. So I just have a message for someone that's out there, that you don't really live in the gray. You don't know what pale looks like, and everything about you is vibrant. Everything about you is passionate, and it's full of energy and life. I just want to encourage you, as those two individuals encouraged me and set me free, might I add, to quit apologizing for being extra. Quit apologizing because you walk into a space and there's something that God has created inside of you, and it allows you to illuminate a space. And for this morning, I'm talking about the trait of just being extra and passionate. But I just want to encourage everyone that is watching, whatever your superpower is, whatever is your gift from God, whatever is those things that are inside of you that really you don't really have to spend a lot of time developing. They just come natural because they're just a part of your DNA and how you were created. I want to tell you, don't apologize for those traits that make you unique and awesome. Don't shield and kind of shy away as if those traits aren't worth the shine that they get, because those traits, that superpower, that gift from God, it is designed for you to solve problems. It is inside of you so that you can make the world have your set of flair. See, your paintbrush and your color that you paint with is unlike anyone else's. So please don't put your paintbrush down. Please don't hide what color you're painting with because someone else happened to call it out or even compliment it. I was out Saturday and I received a compliment. I was like, oh, but what? And the person said, why don't you just receive the compliment? And I was like, well, so there's someone watching that I want you to pick your paintbrush up. I want you to put the pen of life and the stories that you're writing and the actions that you're creating in your life. I want you to pick it up boldly. I want you to hold it firmly. Don't let it go and don't put it down for anyone else. Because it may not manifest right now and quickly and in a hurry. It may be a few paces down the road. But if you embrace those gifts, those talents, that superpower that is unique to you, it will open up doors. But can I tell you, more importantly, it'll set you free. Because see, there's something that internally happens when you suppress, when you downgrade, when you try to shy away from that greatness that is within you. So, some of you may be extra. Some of you may be great listeners. Some of you may have a book that you have inside that you need to author. Some of you may have a company that based on that talent and that gift that is waiting on you, entrepreneur, to start. And can I tell you, everything about Spark Tomorrow 22 is not rosy. Every event that I have held has not been to the vision board standard, not every one of them that I thought it would be. But can I tell you, I am so set free after each one of those because there's one or two participants that tell me, sis, I'm glad you did this. I needed this today. Be it a vendor, be it someone that's seated, be it the presenters. Says, I needed this. I needed this push. I needed this hug. I needed this embracing of other women seeing me. And I also needed this moment to see other women. So what am I saying? There's a pen, there's a paintbrush, there's something you need to be holding in your hand to continue to write the good pieces to your timeline. Stay in that driver's seat. It is designed for you. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in. I would wholeheartedly love it because you all, there's some people that are feeling some kind of way since Tuesday night. There's someone that you need to call. There's someone that needs you just to listen and not judge how they are processing this defeat, how they're processing this loss. Because some people don't just see Tuesday night. Some people are living a lifetime of what seems like female rejection, female suppression. So check on someone. Don't let their light to go out. Don't allow them to sit down on their gifts because they were waiting on an economic stimulus plan that was going to be put in place by Kamala Harris that was maybe going to launch their business. Let them have the hope and the aspirations to know that God is still on the throne. And if there was a business inside of them, God will still allow that business to unearth in his timing, but to persevere and keep pushing forward. I think that word persevere may be in each one of my videos probably for the next 2 to 3 weeks because some of us just need to hear we got it inside of us, that perseverance muscle. We have it inside of us, that grit, strength. We're going to keep pressing. We're going to keep going. We're going to continue to not apologize for who we are when we step into a space or we enter a room. We're going to embrace and we're going to share this video with someone else that needs to be encouraged. All right, if you haven't already, subscribe to Spark Tomorrow 22. I don't do this enough, but there's my shameless plug. If you know someone, an organization, a church, a school, or any entity that needs a motivational speaker, I got my hand raised. If you know anyone that needs collaboration for a women's conference, I got my hand raised. It's me. If you know of anyone that desires life coaching because they see some things, they don't know how to put those steps in order to get to that next thing, I have my hand raised. So motivational speaking, designing and creating conferences, leading conferences, facilitating conferences, as well as life coaching. I do have a website. I maybe should talk about it more, www.sparktomorrow22.com. And reach out to me, or you can email me at sparktomorrow22 at I would love to collaborate with you, love to watch you get some wind behind yourselves and set yourself free. All right, that's all I had. Look at that. Almost under 10 minutes. Okay, let's go. Happy Friday, y'all.